Manika nditakubirira. Okay, saka Jomo ziripere fane mbele. Abana mbele.
We all go for the sports. We organize our soccer teams or whatever, volleyball. Then we go into groups totally. Fill up our field grounds. Thank you. Now, see how many can I finish? You have to present that. All GBV.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. How are you, everyone? I just hope you are fine. I'm going to present on gender-based violence. And my presentation is, are men the perpetrators of gender-based violence? Are men the perpetrators of gender-based violence? So I divided my topic into three. First of all, I'm going to define what GBV is. And then I'm also going to talk about the forms of gender-based violence. And then after that, I'll talk about the causes of gender-based violence. And then from there, we'll see now whether men are the perpetrators of gender-based violence or not. It's a debatable topic, and everyone has got their own views. Right. What is gender-based violence? Gender-based violence refers to harmful acts directed at a person because of their gender or identity. So any harmful act against a person of that gender is what we call gender-based violence. So in simpler terms, I'm saying it is abuse that happened to someone because they are male, female, or identify with a particular gender. Let's look at the common forms of gender-based violence. There is physical violence, which involves hitting, slapping, or any bodily harm. There is also sexual violence, which involves rape, sexual assault, or harassment. There is also emotional or psychological abuse, and this involves insults, threats, or controlling behavior. There is also economic abuse, controlling someone's money or access to work. And then we have got some harmful practices, such as child marriage. Right. I think I've talked about the examples of gender-based violence. So I say, number one, there is physical violence. And this is the most common form of gender-based violence. So physical violence includes acts meant to cause bodily harm. So if a husband beats his wife during an argument, we call it domestic violence. Then if you assault someone for refusing a relationship, it's GBV. Maybe we are saying I love you and then she refuses you. Then if you assault that person, it's also GBV. And then the punishments that we do to our women, beatings that are based on gender roles, is GBV. ETC is GBV. And then we also have sexual violence. And this is the most common, again, form of GBV. So if you have any sexual act without the consent of your wife, it's GBV. And this one is happening in most households. Sometimes your woman might say, I'm tired. Then the Jack will be saying, no, I want it. So the moment you have sex with someone, when she is not in the mood, it's also GBV. So how many of us have done that? Then there is also rape or attempted rape. It's also GBV. Then sexual harassment at work. We have got some male bosses here who are abusing their female workers. It's GBV. Then coercing someone into sex in exchange for money or favors is GBV. And then there is also what we call emotional or psychological abuse. This damages the person's well-being. So insulting someone, tugamon, magaramon, kupopota watneka gwegyo is GBV. Threatening to harm a partner or their family is also GBV. Preventing a partner from working is economic abuse. We have got some people who marry graduates but prevent them from working is GBV. If you want someone who doesn't work, just go and marry a village girl. You won't have problems. Then denying someone access to education. For example, saying girls, you are not going to school, is GBV. Then in harmful cultural practices, there are some cultural practices that we are now supposed to desist from, like child marriages. We have got some churches that allow girls as young as 10 years to get married to someone who is over 70 years. That one is a serious act of GBV. Then we have widow inheritance. A husband dies. Then you say, if you want to stay here, you're supposed to get married to someone. You know, forcing someone to do that is also GBV. And we have some cases where males actually send the woman away because the husband dies, and then taking away their property is also GBV. Nowadays, the most common form of GBV is cyberbullying or digital violence. If you share someone's private images without consent, is GBV. If you spread hate speech on social media, it's GBV, right? So I've talked about the forms of GBV. Now let's look at the causes of GBV. When analyzing the causes, we will now see whether men are perpetrators or are also victims of this GBV. My first cause here is gender inequality. Gender inequality is the main cause of GBV. So you see, in most societies, they are patriarchal. So men are seen as superior, and therefore it creates power imbalances. So men, by nature, they feel entitled to control their women. So women in patriarchal societies are expected to be submissive. So because of this, it makes abuse more likely and sometimes socially tolerated. Another cause of GBV is within biology. It's biological. You know, men are physically stronger than women. And because of that, because we are stronger than women, we end up beating our women. We have also different genes. I think those who are well versed with the biology can testify. Men have what we call androgens. So these genes make men to be violent sometimes. I can give you an example. We have got cattle at home. The bulls, you know, they are very violent. But if you castrate that bull, those androgens, those genes, will be now powerless. So men, we also have those androgens, and because of those genes, we tend to be violent to our women. But I'm not saying be violent because of the androgens. I'm just giving you examples for why some men are violent. So physically, we are stronger than women. And then also our culture and our tradition, they also reinforce these harmful gender roles. You know, we are taught, or when we grow up, we used to be taught that we are breadwinners, we are supposed to dominate our households, etc. And if a man beats his woman, you know, it is regarded as disciplining your wife. So our forefathers used to tolerate this as a form of discipline. So it was within our culture. And then our culture again usually prefers boys over girls. So this again, it can normalize violence. Vamsekiwa, as Mudia Panza. Vamsekiwa. Thank you. And then another cause of violence, of gender-based violence, is poverty and economic stress. You know, men are usually very violent when I was Namai. You need sometimes not to do it all. Especially during our paydays, Maria Chododa is then someone comes and says this, you become violent because of, not because I'm violent, but because of this poverty. So it's not men, but sometimes it's poverty that causes violence. So stress usually leads to aggression. And then the women again, because they are depending on you, it makes them difficult to leave that relationship because they are depending on you. So on this, I would like to pose a question on this poverty, because I think poverty causes a GBV a lot, and it affects both men and women. How do we cope with our women who earn more money than us? You know, if a woman earns more money than a man, usually the person who suffers from GBV is the man. If a woman is working and the man is not working, it's usually the man who suffers from GBV. Then after retirement again, you will see that we will be having no money and will be depending on our children. And as we know, our children favors their mothers. So the economic power now will be with the mother. And usually the men end up suffering from GBV. I'll come back to this topic at debate. Then lack of education again is another cause of GBV. Because some people don't understand their rights, they don't know their rights. So at the end, we accept some harmful stereotypes. Then alcohol and substance abuse. I've read many stories of men killing their women because of substance abuse. Recently I read the story of a man who actually murdered his mother because he had taken some drugs. So alcohol, especially when we are drunk, we don't know what to be saying and we end up abuse our women. And then exposure to violence. If you are exposed to violence or if you grow up witnessing violence at home, chances are high that you are also going to beat your woman. So men who grow up witnessing violence are more likely to be violent. Right. I talked about patriarchy. So patriarchalism usually ignores women's voices. So at the end, they suffer from violence. There is also socialization and upbringing. You know, our socialization also promotes GBV. Boys are taught to be tough and to be dominant. You're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to show pain, you're supposed to be a man. So at the end, we suffer because of that. Then girls are also taught to be quiet, to be obedient. So these beliefs, they end up shaping behavior in our later life. So I have talked about the causes, the forms, and I have defined GBV. Now, coming to the question. Are men the real perpetrators of GBV? So what this question is saying, it is saying here, all of us here, we are the perpetrators of GBV. Is it correct?
No, we are not.
No. So some are saying no, some are saying yes. So at the end of the day, the answer is not as simple as yes or no, but it's complex. It's a complex one. So the question might sound simple, yes, but the answer is more complicated. Now, to start with, we want to look at statistics. So men are responsible for most acts of violence globally. But it does not mean all men are violent. No, that only men commit violence. But women also commit violence. So, at the end, men are the main perpetrators of violence. So we commit violence to a greater extent, and then women to a lesser extent. So there was research that was done in the fields like criminology and sociology. So most violent crimes like assault, homicide, and rape are committed by men. It's just recently that I've heard about women raping men. Have you ever heard about women raping men except for financial gains? There are some women who you wish might rape you. So yeah, it is men that commit most violent crimes. So there is also data which was presented by the UN. It reported that intimate partner violence and sexual violence against women is committed by male partners or ex-partners. So the World Health Organization estimates that about 1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced physical or sexual violence. 1 in 3. So for 1 in 3, obviously, it is involving our wives also there. Right, in the Zimbabwean context, Zimstat Statistics 2019, it also conducted a survey in Harare, and it found out that 39.4% of women reported experiencing physical or sexual violence. And the most common perpetrators were former husbands or male partners. So statistics are showing. If we go to jails today, you would see that they are filled with men. If you go to police stations, most response actually will say it's men. But we are also saying women are also responsible. Women, so some women are also perpetrators of violence because they can talk non-stop for 2 hours. They don't put 1 minute, but they can talk non-stop. So women are also perpetrators of violence through, it can be physical, it can also be through their words, what they say. So I've been given 2 minutes here. So at the end, let me say, are men the real perpetrators of violence? Let's look at women. Women, who are employed. You know, when women are employed, they tend to have more control. They also abuse their husbands who are unemployed. Women who earn more money than their husbands, they are also committing some GBV. So at the end, it's not a one-sided answer, but women, sometimes they also deny us sex. Sometimes you want sex, they tell you, I'm tired. It's GBV. we have got men. Sometimes, you know, it's just we suffer silently because we cannot report cases of GBV. Because your friend, I'm being harassed at home, I'm going to say, they might laugh at you. If you go to the police station to report GBV, they might laugh at you. So at the end, men are suffering in silence. Some men, you see them coming home late. It's not because they are enjoying beer, but they know if they go home, there is trouble. Some women, some homes right now are like prisons. You know, and I would Jerry, you know, 10 years, you know, 10 years, you'll be free. But some men are in eternal, you know, prison. Jailers are repaired because they are in prison for life. But there is nothing that you can do. It also shows that men are also victims. You know, men are dying early. In most cases, women live longer than men. Yes. So it's one of the signs that shows that we are also victims of GBV. So we are dying early, and most landlords, they are women. Where are their husbands? Where did they go? They are victims of GBV. So at the end, to conclude, we cannot say men are are the real perpetrators of GBV. But it's multifaceted. There can be some factors other than men. And also women are also to blame for GBV. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Before you go, to the floor, pane mvunzo. Vatipa chidzidzo vasati vabva panapa. 2 or 3 questions. Varume muri kuvhunduka here. Paruda mic up.
Perpetrators domestic violence varumere kana kuti madzimai. Practically ndakatosangana nayo situation yakadaro kukwekwa, whereby mudzimai ave in marriage in subsistence for almost 30 years. Ndiye akarohwa murume nelogo akasvika pakumusonwa 8 stitches kukwekwe General Hospital. Asi marriage yavo iri registered under Marriage Act chapter 5.11 inoti 1 man 1 wife. By so doing zvakabva zvalida into divorce. Saka honai manje kuti maakugara mumwe Sodom mumwe Gomora manje. Ndopandataura kuti mukada kuendesana kumatare murume akanoripota criminally kuti ndarohwa yeDomestic Violence Act yePhysical Violence here. Then mudzimai ndopazoenda this week akumaaplayirawo protection order. Saka kumacourts kunodiwa justice. Vakabva vatotaura kuti aiwazve imimi vadzimai zvamakaenda kukoti iwe found guilty mukanzi 6 months imprisonment, because ndo sentence yacho vanga vasina kujekesa kuti kana uchinge wabatwa nemhosva iyi mutongo wacho inove 6 months imprisonment. Asi as a first offender vakabva vazongonzi vaite 140 hours community service at Rutendo clinic. Saka handi munozviona kuti papo unenge watove necriminal record uri amai manje. Paipa panozoda kunzi police clearance mwakutoonekwa kunzi wakambopara mhosva. Saka ipapo ndopandoda kuti muzvione kuti hazvizonakidzi wozonzwa mukadzi akuti muchato wacho ndautodimburwa izvozvi. So majority tobva ati no, this is a wrong platform. Kana muchidimbura muchato munoita kuhigh court, munoita summons for matrimonial action. Saka ndo zvandada kuti kuonesei in brief. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was a comment. There is one partner. Uyai Baba. You could have a time, I think after Baba, you would have 2 questions yet.
Hello. Okay. Bani pa prison vachinzi kushaya mari kazhinji kanonyanya kuita kuti gender based violence itike mudzimba. Iri kunyanya kuoneka kuvanhu vasina mari. Asi kazhinji kacho kune vanhu vane mari haisi kuripotwa nekuti kazhinji kacho inoperera at honeymoon stage. Webe kuti munhu akarowa mukadzi wakaine mari anozomutora achimuspoila kuti let's go for holiday to Dubai kana kuti omutengera mota. Saka nyaya yegender based violence haisi kuperera pekuti vanhu vasina mari kana vanhu vanoshaya mari ndovanokonzeresa, asi vane mari yacho vanoitsikirira through mahani means yekutora munhu naumbokuspoila chienda nayo kuDubai. Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, Baba.
Thank you very much. Now, I want to look this from a different perspective. Gender violence, it is so much skewed in favor of the women. Because if you're a man, if the wife abuses you and you go to the police and report her, it's not taken seriously. It's told to put him in them. You get my point? They don't go and get that woman, but let that woman go and report to the police. The next thing is they will call you, they will ask you, please come in. When you get there, they lock you up without even looking at the sentiment of the issue. So I think this whole thing of gender-based thing, it must be viewed seriously and looked at on a fair basis, not favoring women. It's favoring women. Men are not that violent to women. Women are the one who are very, very violent to them.
Okay. Kuna baba wa shure shure ke pass the mic to baba wa shure shure. Ichenda iko kwa got only some announcement here. Hello. One meeting please. Pana baba Albert Chareka na baba Collins Munemo na baba Dube from Masvingo. Mukudi wapadza apa vana baba vatatu iwavo baba Dube Chikerima na Munemo mukudi wapadza soon. Baba go ahead.
Ndachida kubvunza kuti inganzi violence here kana mukadzi ari ati ndirove kana ukazandirova urimbwa iye ari ati ndirove.
Hello? Sorry. Atina kunzwa kunopanda kupindura. Sorry, atina kunyatsonzwa.
All right. Baba vari kubvunza kuti ingaite mhosva here kana mukadzi ari iye ataura kuti ndirove. Ukachandirova urimbwa.
Okay, pana akapindura baba. Yes, pass the mic na baba wakasumudza wada kupindura.
I'm sorry. Ndinoda kupindura baba kuti imhosva nekuti paati ndiroveka iwewe semunhu anoziva mutemo unenge uchisungirwa kusabhureka mutemo wacho iwoyo. So ndoda kuti nditi kunana baba vese vari muno ngativei nenguva yekuziva kana kuti kuverenga mutemo unonzi Domestic Violence Act uri very specific and very clear kuti how are we supposed to behave ourselves kana tiine madzimai edu mudzimba. And this Domestic Violence Act, you realize kuti is one of the harshest, but at the end of the day a higher percentage varume vari kusungwa. Saka ngatiwane mukana wekuverenga Domestic Violence Act. It's very serious. I mean, isusu vana baba kuti mapurisa vanogona kutadza kukutora serious, but it's very true kuti mutemo wewe uriko ende unotisunga. Ngatiwane nguva yekuverenga, ngatiwane nguva yekuziva, ngatiwane nguva kana taitana matambudziko mudzimba, ngatisashandise force. Let's seek dzimwe nzira dzekuwirirana. Tine maplatforms akaita vana sekuru, vafundisi, community matinavo mune vanhu vakuru. Let's talk to them. Vatibatsire.
Thank you, Baba. Right, as I take just two more, Ijomos, can you come on stage? Prepare. Two.
Hello.
One meeting, please. One meeting. Hello.
Hello.
You are the last one.
Yes. I'm sorry. I think as men, we should focus more on emotional abuse from women before we go to gender-based violence. Because the root cause is emotional abuse. Like what he rightly says, mukadzi anoti ndirowe ukasandirowa urimo, automatically that's emotional abuse. So it's something that we need as men, we need to discuss how to cope with emotional abuse. Because even if it's also there in animals. It's the female one. Women abuse us emotionally. And this is why I wanted to go out to that singer. So I think it's wise we discuss more on this emotional abuse because we are the rightful victims. Thank you.
Thank you. Sekulu.
1, 2.
Sorry, the topic yanga ichibata chaizvo ndikuona vane chidokwa asi usiku ulipo ndogona kuzvitangidza taurai baba.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Right, thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Last one. Don't pay Sida, Baba. Order. Right, now, Baba Mbira from Mashigo. Baba Mbira. You are part of the Padobana. Baba Mbira. Tunokumbira runyararo titerere mazvi. Thank you.
sei tisingamboisi kumitemo kuti tizive kuti kurerutswe pamachapters emereka one man one woman yoendeswa kuparliament. This is our parliament yechechi parliament yedu yechechi tine mapriest vanokuita mamajistrat tine mabishop one with the judges, all in the government parliament. Kunama minister, these are also regarded as ministers. So these ministers should choose one of them to go to the parliament and then they lodge this issue, the Marriage Act, to the evening
All right, thank you, Baba. All right, pane varume vatatu vakasimuka. Ndinoda kunzwisisa kuti mubvunzo here vanoda kubvunza kana kuda kukomenta. Hello? 1 minute please. 1 minute please. But one minute at get up. Tatina time say it's okay. It's okay.
Alright, Pamsoroi, Banababa, Chinokubero Nyararo. I think I just could delay the money CDs and this guy. Mr. MC, Banababa Kuti, Chinokubero Wayakati Panyaki, Nokuti Noya Takambira, and this is not answers.
Right, thank you. Thank you. That this is a Nyanti to Banababa. Asi, pattern name a topic. You would have to tell. Look at topic here, you're not going to piece of pura topic at Utah. Saka Zatawinga, Zaka say, Zaka wonder. So I think we've exhausted on this one. Can I tell you that when that Monday, don't better by baby, those of my shoe? I think that now over 3 requests, please leave this to say.
ukamanikidza mudzimai wako mumba kuti uya unenge wapara right. Inini ndiri mubvunzo wangu uri pakuti vaigadzira mutemo vaita kuzwisisa here zvavaitaura ipapo nekuti handiterere mukadzi ndakanomudzisira pfuma kuna baba vake baba vake vakati chiindai vaikuita mureitei
pane mutemo pakati pedu
ndipei nguva
akapindure baba
ndipei nguva ndirai kupedu
Alright.
ndirai kupedu zvatinoona zvinoitika ndezvekuti pamwe pacho ane zvaashora pauri kana kuti zvaari kunyunyuta zvaakuexpresa nekukunyima bonde handikuzvona saka izvi ndo zvandiri kuti vakagadzira mutemo uyu vakanga vachingozvitarisisa here izvo because ivo vakazvomusha kwavo kuti akuita kumuri osikaona pabonde upa tiri kuti chiipa ivo votondifundisa kuti
All right. Noise, please. Noise, please.
I'm sorry. Kuona kwangu ni mazira yangu. Wono zese zitukazirezese. Ziri kukonzerwa ngekuti pakanzara. Pakanzara vakaitore kudau yakatano kana nzara yabonde. Iyi violence haibariwa kuwa. Saka pakanozika kuti ikaita sei kuti nzara iyi ipere.
Baba Masendeke, Baba Nasendeke, na Baba Mjuru, Rudi Wapanze. Baba Masendeke, na Baba Mjuru, Rudi Wapanze. Yes, noise, please.
What are the causes of this violence? One, pane mtemo wakabuda munyika mukuti mukadzi anofuna kuita vake vanoda urumanja anoita vakadzi vanoda baba apakonzeresi zvibhakera here unonomangara kupi kana mukadzi achiti ndakapuwa mvume kuti ndiite varume vanoda uyu murume wachitotoita varume vanoda hazvikonzeresi here domestic violence izvo. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Baba. My questions are to your pass. Noise, please. Right. I'll go Baba over sit down. It's okay, Baba, when I ask me to who's right.
Enda wedu ataura kuti varume tiri kukuvara nekuda kwekuti tikaenda kumapurisa hatisi kuatenga. Kwete, hatisisu tega tiri kutaura nezvedomestic violence muno. Mapurisa ari kuitawo maworkshop edomestic violence. Vanhu vakaita vana Star FM vari kutaurawo nezvedomestic violence. Zvakaoneka kuti vakadzi vari kukomita madomestic violence akawanda kuvarume, varume vasinganoripoti. Asi iye zvino murume abatwa domestic violence usatye kunoripota, enda unoripota, nyaya yako inotorwa kune mapurisa akamira izvozvo, endai munoripota nyaya dzedomestic violence.
Thank you. I think that one is answered. Right, last question here. We've got a sign language question. Please, order. Rinyana, please. Baba Sungai.
Trying to interpret the sign language from the gentleman.
Right, thank you, Baba. I think you get that one. Right, so, Shakawanda, Tinenzara, topic. Thank you, Baba. That will be Baba. Right, so Takamina Bishop then for tree planting. Tina. Right, Tina Baba presented the Zuro Maneru on a topic investment. It's around that Kangama, but I know he's a farmer. Right, Baba Kalawani Kuiva, Gawe group stage, Panaman Maruda number yao, Gawe was a number yao, Panaman Maruda number yao. So, I'll leave between those. Bombotita take a picture and Tono to program able. Tigata Samberugu. The quiz where Mateo was able, they are set. Sarahim organized a group decision level. It Zimbabwe quiz debate. Injogos, over to you.
Thank you so much. Nichona Dani. Maswera say. Taswera. Yeah. This is Great Stars Chomosi. The group was formed on the 12th of December 2011. Our aim is to promote healing, joy, peace, and happiness to the people all over the world. Lamhlanje silani lapha mlimali busise. God bless you. As Great Stars Ichomosi, tine 4 types of music. Watu yimba, toti wedding songs, toti social music, toti traditional, toti our own gospel, which is nasi tiripa pa channel chayo anditi. Kana ndichiti our own gospel ndirukureva kuti magospel achona tisu timbondiroverai maoko. Yeah, tine nziyo dzinofanana sana mukristu sanete Jerusalem rinofadza chechi iri kumirira nanangitembisile nkosi almost 3 albums there from our own hymn book song which is chationa panze tinazo zizere. For now we are going to give you only 2 songs. Yekutanga inotaura nezve best gender based violence. Chipiri isong yataimba tichiona kuti today tofanira kuya tokupa isong yenyu anditika ne rimureshona yechitu yacho. Saka tine only 2 songs now anditika then around ma kana dza nenge takuitira show chaiyo chimbopa mai kune umwe mudhara anga aine mudzimai wake kana akangoita kuti bichana ukusvika kumba mudzimai asina kuita zvake handiri kumbabvunza nditi bana baba ndava ndiri kutaura neshona kozong yacho muchaimba nendevela nditi sowafita amababai eloloka elinati kasifuka sifuka njani sifulewe kapafanyana pabondokosi yabosikosi shaikogona itundobale jenesika sifulewe amapokopokolukapoka ketamkake kwekesutu sawafita amababai eloloka ekanachana sifuge njani
Very soul, you have to listen to Oh,
Presentation yatuda kuita from Anglican again. And our topic is on finding strength and weakness. So as we are preparing, for our Anglican presenter to give us a topic on strength and weakness, ndanzwa kuti pana chief vasvika, so ndakupa kuna baba vambo vagashika.
Hallelujah. Kana tiri panzvimbo vakuru vedu varipo, tinovapa chiremera chavo. Saka iye zvino regai ndikumbire baba vari pakati pedu vanova sabhuku vanoshanda vari pasi pashe Gambiza vazotibatsira kuti tikwazise ishe vedu. Ndinokumbira baba vagangarakwe vasvike mberi. Munongovapawo maoko kuti vaone sitepu dzara.
Ndinonenza zikurwayiwa zvakanaka kuhle kuvakhona apa. Nice to be here. Mutambo wakanaka saizvozvi kana tichitsikirwa namadzishe tinonzwa kufara. Nezuro ndakambokuratidzai bvisa nekuti ndo vashe vaGambiza vatsva, asi kana varidzi vanotitungamirira muchechi vavesipo. Zvino nhasi ndati rega tipande tikame zvechipiri kudai hari yedu ingazare. Saka zvandichataura ndichitaura imwe muchiromo muchitaura weizvozvo kana ndaguma ndonyarara. Mambo save ndawena Bishop, mungasimudze mambo varamba ndio zvananga ndichifunga kuti vachaita. Saka mambo vana venyu vari kukwazisai zvakare namaoko. Mambo Gambiza havafundisi mambo kwazisa mambo venyu vamunogara navo. Ndatenga hangu havana mambo venyu vanokutsigirai. Nei chihistory chisaya kungoitika chikuru ndakakura ndozva ndina makore akawanda but handina kungozviona vana baba vechisanga wonderful. Nevo mambo makambozviona? Haiwa
bora.
Thank you, my friend. You are not a right, I'm told here, it was not a presentation as such, but a sermon on weakness and strength. But today, so we'll skip that one. Can I give us a weird? If food is going to give us that sermon, but for now, let's prepare. Please. God's rain. Tombos go pana wakomana walipana walese Benedict. Wombo tichione ndichana tombos watu about G. Takamira we quiz tichironga. The type of quiz tension not 10 years yakavumira zvakare here kuti tiite imwe presentation kana kuti tobva taenda kulunch panguva imwechete. So vakomana se Benedict uyai kuno kunderi nequiz tichifanira kuprepare raika varikuita zvequiz. Let's prepare. So there is a common name Saint Benedict, Saint Peter, Vakangobata, Sakatanu Kumira, they get to meet the Panapa because on solo of Tano, prepare for peace. Prepare for peace. I'm told once again here, put it in a chief Mawere from Shirubi. Kana walipaka pedu gawasu ngetiba gashire Chief Mawere from Shirubi walipaka pedu walipwe Chief Mawere like kana kinge wazoshikira kawasu danaika kawasu dajini kana kinge washikira na prepare hapo please Akomana me Benedict, Saint Peter, please be prepared. Right there, this is Jesus really. Natatauri wapana wachekitanga. Tikukumbirwa please, message from the bishops. Message from the bishops. Kutikana paine mami. Vakanga waende zvikafu zvakabikwa. Vari nazvo motikari dzavo please. Hanzi mo dispose wa zvikafu izvozvo nekuti nguva inenge yareba hatina zvirwere kana vanhu vanozorwara. So taikumbira kuti chikafu chinenge chingodyiwa ndo chatiri kudyira kuma saving points edu. Taikumbirisawo watu leave this place in good health. Tinotenda. Chechipiri, chief wanana kutaura chiweshe. Hanzi vanga vari panapa nezuro. Nhasi makuseni vafuma vachienda. So we didn't recognize him yesterday. But vari kungoti no zvamuri kuita ndinemi. He's an Anglican again. So vari kungoti pfuurirai mberi vapfuurira kuenda kumusha kwavo. So in his absence tomuvatendawo nekusvikira kwavaita vachiteera. Thank you.
Tisangane by him 145. 145. Mea wangu ipateti kunisia nikuweva alikuta urakuti iwe uo ninaelekea
Yeah.
Him.
Tisangane pa him 156. 156.
The quiz, let's get ready. We are giving these guys one song. Then talk about pick up quiz. Quiz, get ready.
Muri mutene.
Let's sound it, Kanawari, for sound and singers. Sound and singers. We are going to do the sound and singers.
Muri mutene. Mari baba. Muri mutene. Mari baba. Baba muri mutene. Agana.
I'm told Sauli Tiapana. Sauli. Sorry gentlemen, our stage here is a little bit congested here, fun is meeting. But I have a voice in the planning of it. Today, our command gets some.
1, 2.
This group here is called Sweet Salmon. Mandiri Wabumana from Ekaya Bulawayo. Regating goes out to another family Regina, Sweet Salmon.
Salibonani. 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 Linjani. You can do better than that. Salibonani. Linjani. I tunatoa na Sweet Salmon sifira ya Bulawayo. Emzino mkulu wasesenkala basema kokuba. Ematebelele ndi. Baba ngigela wena
Inhliziyo yami ngoba wena uyibiza le nhliziyo yami
uthi ngiphe mntwana wami
inhliziyo yakho ezulwini ungefike uba walalayo
mukwizi varumirira varudiwa panze pajowa apa then vanenge vari kubvunza vacho vachazobvunza mubvunzo nechi there are 5 chairs dziri pamberi panapa mamhanguya motora masitsi wayo. Can we have one more song? Then I understand we've got tribute singers in the house, so you guys can give us one song, then tribute singers get ready kuzoya pa stage. Thank you.
Walking down the street, any day would die, any many, but nobody could do. Tell you that it died, any many was Jesus. Hi, hey, nobody. I say too many were walking down the street. Any day would die, any many, but nobody could do. Tell you that it died, any many was Jesus. Hi, hey, nobody. Fishing in the river, then he came down, then he many, but nobody could do. Tell you that he got, then he many was Jesus. Hi, hey, nobody know. Whoa, we are just, everybody say, everybody say, whoa, yeah, Jesus. Teach our Father, teach him water, whoa, yeah, Jesus. Teach our Father, teach him water, whoa, yeah, Jesus. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Oh, I know we are chatting. I know we are chatting. I know we are chatting. I'm beginning to do. I know we are chatting. I know we are chatting. I know we are chatting. I think I don't know me. Yamaya Kabamu. Tokeramu. Revelations. Okay, Revelations. Give that John. 2 songs, Mama songs, 2 ones.
Just an important announcement here. Pane nyaya dzemasports dzatambotaura dziyadziyatika. Pane vanhu vakagadzirira izvozvo netimu yanga yatoseta zvinhu zvekuti masports aitwe. So masports asiri online. Masports tichiri kuita asi tichakuzivisa nguva chete yekuti tiri kuenda nguva yakati. So pane vaya nemashooters vauya nechi aiwa muchamhanya zvekumhanya zviya zviya and my representatives to the quiz. Emanikale pani 3 vakudiwa panze 3 from Manikale vachikudiwa members from Manikale for quiz. I'm not mistaken. Akati ini ndo vanhu vanoda kuparidzira madzimai. Amunetse because nokutamba ni very much. Yamu ukavaparidzira vanhu vanongofara. But it's hard, very hard to please muchirume. Vanhu vamboimba panapa but hapana kana akutsukuyu. Vamaoma kudaro irapo man. Right. Please scorers from each diocese. Scorers from each diocese. 5 dioceses. Can you come and take your seats pamberi panapa? I'm handing over to the team here quiz. Takupinda quiz. Thank you.
May I call upon participants from the Diocese of Manicaland? The Diocese of Central Zimbabwe to take their position. The Diocese of Central Zimbabwe.
Can I have 3 chairs, gentlemen? There is some chair. This one I want to have. Can I have 3 chairs?
The Diocese of Masvingo. Diocese of Masvingo. Come through Diocese of Masvingo. The Diocese of Manicaland. Diocese of Manicaland. Diocese of Harare. Diocese of Matebeleland.
I'm not going to record this. This is it. Canapane space, right?
Scholars from Manicaland, Harare, and Matebeleland. Scholars from the other dioceses, Central Zimbabwe, Harare. 2. Any rep from Harare who can be a scholar? Harare diocese. Masvingo. Which diocese? Harare diocese. Harare diocese, come forward, please.
Constitution, what?
Manikalet, any rep from Manikalet, representatives from Manikalet. Manikalet, are you there? Come through. We are still waiting for Manikalet. Maybe we take from participants. Manikalet. We need to underscore and then you discuss among yourself so that you are ready. That will go that side. Because we have stayed to find anyone from Manikalet. It's a point off from you, Manikalet. Come, Manikalet, we are waiting for you. Manikalet, come through. Come through. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, my chaplain. Good afternoon, Your Lordship Namai. Good afternoon, chaplains for the men's associations in Zimbabwe, the clergy, and gentlemen. Here is how we are going to is the Old Testament, and the third category is the New Testament. On each category, each diocese is going to answer points. We have got a timekeeper, Mr. Makorede. Okay. Right, say we are starting. First question to Central. Okay. When did the Anglican Church begin? When did the Anglican Church begin? Incorrect. The answer is mid-1500. Can we have silence in the audience, please? Shh. Can we have silence, please? Second question goes to Harare. Who is the head of Anglicanism? Who is the head of Anglicanism?
The most reverend and right honorable Dame Sarah Lord Archbishop of Canterbury, Primate of England and Metropolitan.
Incorrect. The correct answer is the King of England, or you can say the British monarch, or you can say currently King Charles III.
Order, please.
Who is the spiritual leader or the most senior cleric of the Anglican Church? Who is the spiritual leader or the most senior cleric of the Anglican Church? Archbishop of Canterbury. 2 points. Your question. Which king started Anglicanism? Which king started Anglicanism? Incorrect. The answer is King Henry VIII. Your question? What is the other name of the Anglican Church? What is the other name of the Anglican Church?
The Church of England.
2 points. We can also refer to it as the Episcopal Church or the Anglican Communion. Moving on to the second set. Central, your question. What are the 4 pillars of Anglicanism? What are the 4 pillars of Anglicanism?
Less noise.
The answer is the centrality of the Holy Scriptures, the Nicene and Apostles' Creeds, the twin sacraments of baptism and Holy Communion, and the historical episcopate.
the house. Order, please. Order in the house.
Audience. Order. Thank you. Harare, your question. State the two great sacraments in the Anglican Church. State the two great sacraments in the Anglican Church.
Baptism and confirmation.
1 mark for that. Holy baptism is correct. The other one is the Eucharist or Holy Communion. Mashigo, your question. What are the three creeds of the Anglican Church? What are the three creeds of the Anglican Church? Nice. Creed. Evangelist. 1 mark for that. Apostles' Creed correct. The Nicene Creed is correct. The third one is called the Athanasian Creed. Your question. Name any 4 seasons in the Anglican year. Name any 4 seasons in the Anglican year.
Please.
Advent, Epiphany, Easter.
Two marks. The other ones that they have left are Christmas, Lent, Ascension, and Trinity. Matter Benevolent, your question? State the 3 houses in which a synod is divided. State the 3 houses in which a synod is divided.
Bishop, late, and age.
2 marks. Third set of the first round.
Order, please, order.
Your question. Who acts as God's agent in confirmation? Who acts as God's agent in confirmation? Bishop. 2 marks. Your question? What is the name of the bishop's cap? What is the name of the bishop's cap? 2 marks. Mashingo, your question? What is a collect in Anglican worship? What is a collect in Anglican worship?
It's a reading.
Come again? It's a Bible. Incorrect. A collect is a short, specific prayer that puts together the focus of the service, typically said before the readings. Nicholas, your question. What does bread represent in the service of Holy Communion? What does bread represent in the service of Holy Communion? 2 marks.
Audience kana kuzwa ngatisabhuye ngatisati ngatingoramba takanyarara. You give some of these guys a clue. Ngatingoramba takanyarara.
Mate Benedict, your question. Who wears a ring in the Anglican Church? Who wears a ring in the Anglican Church? 2 marks. Done with the first category, we are moving on to the second category, which is the Old Testament, and allowing the scholars a minute to get up their marks for the first category. Scholars are ready for the second category. Thank you. The Old Testament. First question goes to Harari. How many books are in the Old Testament? How many books are in the Old Testament? Incorrect. The answer is 39. Mashingo, your question. What is the longest book in the Old Testament? What is the longest book in the Old Testament? The Psalms. 2 points. Central, your question. What is the last book in the Old Testament? What is the last book in the Old Testament? 2 points. Manikalet, your question. Which prophet is referred to as a weeping prophet? Which prophet is referred to as a weeping prophet? 2 points. Mate Benedict, your question. Who was the first king of Israel? Who was the first king of Israel? The answer is Saul. Moving on to the second set of the Old Testament. Harare, your question. In which Old Testament book, chapter, and verse do we find these verses? Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand.
Exodus chapter 2.
Incorrect. The answer is Isaiah 41, verse 10. Mashiko, your question. In which Old Testament book, chapter and verse do we find these words? Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
The book of Joshua, chapter 20.
One mark for that. The answer is Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Central, your question. In which Old Testament book, chapter and verse do we find these words? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future.
Less noise, please. Less noise.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. One mark. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Your question? In which Old Testament book, chapter and verse do we find these words? Hear Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. Hear Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. Incorrect. The answer is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 to 5. Matebelelet, your question. In which Old Testament book, chapter and verse do we find these verses? Yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary. Yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary.
Isaiah.
Incorrect. The answer is Jeremiah chapter 40, verse 31. 36, Old Testament. Harare, your question. How many couples entered Noah's Ark? How many couples entered Noah's Ark?
Less noise, please. Less noise.
4 couples. 2 months.
Order.
Your question. What was the name of the city founded by Cain after he left God's presence? What was the name of the city founded by Cain after he left God's presence? The answer is Enoch. Cain built a city and he named it after his son Enoch. This is found in Genesis chapter 4, verses 16 to 17. Central, your question. Which book of the Old Testament ends with a question mark? Which book of the Old Testament ends with a question mark?
Order. Let's give them time. Let's give them time.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Jonah. Manika, your question. What is the name and age of the oldest person mentioned in the Old Testament? What is the name and age of the oldest person mentioned in the Old Testament? One mark for that. Methuselah is correct, but the years is 969. No question. Which animal spoke to Balaam? Which animal spoke to Balaam?
Donkey.
Come again.
Donkey.
Correct. 2 months. Scorers can get up. Marks for the second category. Are you ready, scholars, for the third and last category? Okay. The first question goes to Manigalit. Which member of the Jewish ruling council came to ask Jesus questions at night? Which member of the Jewish ruling council came to ask Jesus questions at night? 2 months. Harare, your question. What is the shortest verse in the Bible? What is the shortest verse in the Bible?
Jesus wept.
2 marks. Martin Benedict. What did Jesus do at the Last Supper to his disciples? What did Jesus do at the Last Supper to his disciples?
He broke bread and he also gave wine.
Incorrect. The answer is he washed their feet. Ashiko, your question.
Order.
Who gave Jesus a crown made of thorns? Who gave Jesus a crown made of thorns?
The Roman soldiers.
2 months. Central, your question. What day of the week did Jesus resurrect? What day of the week did Jesus resurrect?
Less noise.
2 marks for that. You can say Sunday, or you can say the first day of the week, or you can say the resurrected on the third day. Second set, Manika, your question. Which author wrote the most books in the New Testament? Which author wrote the most books in the New Testament? 2 months for that. Harare, your question. Where is the fruit of the Spirit found in the New Testament? Where is the fruit of the Spirit found in the New Testament?
The book of Acts.
Incorrect. It is found in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 24. Martin Benedict, your question. Before I say out the question, I need to say this so that they don't get my pronunciation wrong. There is a word we commonly pronounce as matter, but the correct phonetics, it is pronounced as matter. So I'm going to use the familiar pronunciation. Your question. Who was the first martyr? Who was the first martyr? Incorrect. The answer is Stephen. Mashiko, your question. Who was crucified upside down? Who was crucified upside down? marks. Second round, your question. In what city were Jesus' followers first called Christians? In what city were Jesus' followers first called Christians? Two points. Third and last round of our quiz session. Manika, your last question. Who said these words and on what occasion? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Who said these words and on what occasion? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you.
It was the angel Gabriel. It was the angel Gabriel.
One mark for that. They left out the occasion. Angel Gabriel during the Annunciation. Alright? Your question. Who asked this question and what occasion? Who asked this question and at what occasion? Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else? Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?
The disciples of John the Baptist.
One mark for that. It was John the Baptist through his disciples when John the Baptist was in prison. Martin Benedict, your question. Who said these words and at what occasion? Who said these words and at what occasion? Talita Kumi, meaning little girl, I say to you, arise. Talita Kumi, meaning little girl, I say to you, arise.
They were saved by Jesus Christ when he was at the funeral.
Come again?
They were saved by Jesus Christ when he was at the funeral.
I'm not hearing the last part.
They were saved by our Lord Jesus Christ at a funeral.
One mark for that. Yes, it was said by Jesus when he was raising Jairus' daughter. Ashimo, your question. Who said these words and at what occasion? Who said these words and at what occasion? This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him.
God the Father, through the Spirit, baptism of Christ.
One mark for that. It was said by God during the Transfiguration. Central, your last question. Who said these words and at what occasion? Who said these words that occasion, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith.
Paul, when he was in jail.
Come again?
I said, Paul, when he was in jail.
When he was?
In jail.
2 months for that. We are going to give this opportunity to the scholars to get up all the marks from the 3 categories. If there isn't a tie, I'm going to pass on this stick to the director of ceremony, and then we will announce the results in the evening. But if there is a tie, we would like to break that tie.
Thank you. As we are waiting for the scholars to end up their marks for the scholars, our next program will say from here, for lunch, we are going for lunch, and we know our feeding points from the bishops to the clergy. So when I take a time I go at Chatzoka, Muno Shakari, we are not coming back in here. Take up my grounds. Then take up my grounds. Chatungami, whenever you are Tungami, I go. I see Jesus child questions to complete solved by 4 o'clock exactly. We should be seated in here again. So 4 o'clock exactly, drove one get Chatzoka, which means we can go to 30 minutes. To go to Kavaraka, no, take up my grounds. Then 4 o'clock, to Shakari. Thank you.